Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night, and the beer we're going for tonight is this one. It is the Lola Coffee Porter from Nittenauer, and it's available from the Wise Bartender. I forget exactly how much it was. I'll put a link to the item in the description below, but weighs in at 0.5% ABV, and the label's been kindly translated into English. There are not many calories in this one. There's about 100 calories in the bottle, give or take. And it's got the usual ingredients of water, barley malt, coffee beans, hops and yeast. So it's got real coffee, which is always nice. It's not just relied upon to get the coffee flavour from the malt. So yeah, I can't pretend to read any of the German that is still visible, so I'm not going to try. But Nittenauer make one of my favourite alcohol-free IPAs, the Le Chauffeur. And that was stunning. So I've got high hopes for this one. So let's get it out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? I do love coffee. I love a porter. So it stands to reason that I'm going to love this one, hopefully. So we're pouring into my small beer co glass, and the pour is... It's the right colour. It's nice and dark, and it's pouring with some conviction. Let's see if we can encourage a bit of a head. Don't want to go huge, but there we go. That looks alright, does that? It's the right colour, it's jet black. I've got just a bit of mahogany coming through at the bottom of the glass, just where it meets the base. And as you can see, we've got a nice tan head. It looks like a good pint of stout, really, let's be honest. So, looks good. Does it smell good? Oh, that does. It's got good coffee to it. It's like almost like a medium roast, shall we say, in terms of the coffee strength. A little bit of sweetness coming through, but dominant with the coffee, and that is a good thing. Now, there's an alcohol-containing coffee porter which I absolutely love from Magic Rock, and that is just huge coffee flavour. I'm hoping with the strength of this, it's going to taste equally as strong. So, it looks good, smells great. Let's find out. Cheers. That has big coffee, and that pleases me. It's Friday night, and I need it. I need the coffee. It's been a long, chaotic week. So, initial impression, the body is light to medium. The flavour is huge. It's big coffee off the bat. You've got a little bit of sweetness coming in behind it. And to me, it's a little bit like honeycomb. And that works really nicely. The roasted malts are obvious. They're sitting there behind the coffee and that sweet honeycomb, almost vanilla-like flavour. And it just works really, really well. It's soft, very soft carbonation. It's utterly delicious. And the finish is what you'd expect. Malty, slightly bitter, coffee for days. It's lovely. I could sit happily and quaff pint after pint after pint of this one. And the good thing is it's only 0.5% ABV, and therefore I will not struggle with it, which is great, and it won't upset my meds either. So, Lola Porter, coffee, alcohol free. We'll get the words out eventually. I forgot to mention the label. I like it. It's kind of like a Harlequin design with the diamonds and all the letters. I like it. So, let's get on to talking about the beer and the score. And before we do tell you exactly what I think of it, we're going to go to the Aid Memoir from Untapped, which says that the Nittenauer Lola Porter, got it out in the end, has had 628 check-ins and an average of 3.21. Now, the two friends that I've had who've tried it had it a bit higher. They were about 4.2. And I'm more inclined to agree with them than the wisdom of the crowd at 3.21. So my scoreboard of joy is currently empty, and we're going to give it some points. So we're going to just top off the glass a little bit, just to remind ourselves just how it looks with the head. So there we go. That'll do sufficiently. That, ladies and gents, boys and girls, is a good-looking beer. It's the right colour. You've got the right colour head. It's a nice, tight sort of foam on top. It looks great. Can I fault the looks? I cannot. It looks spot on. So therefore, it's going to get a full point off the bat. The aroma is where it all falls down. No, I'm lying. It's an utter lie. It smells amazing. Big coffee, roasted malt. I'm trying to get some of that sweetness that I get on the flavour on the nose, and I'm perhaps struggling because it is dominated by that medium roast coffee, and it's a delight. When I've got a coffee porter, I want coffee. I've got it. It's great. It's getting a full point. The body, now, porters versus stouts, you know, there's a lot of debate about where they should sit in terms of the body. A lot of people like them big and heavy, and I'll be honest, I do. Particularly with your stouts, they lend themselves to a heavy body. This one is light to medium. It's not thin, but it's the one thing I would change. I would give it a little bit more oomph to the body. Carbonation spot on. I cannot fault that. That works really nicely. It allows the coffee flavours just to burst. But I just like a little heavier body on the beer just to give that mouthfeel and that luxurious experience. It's still very good though. I'm going to give it the 0.75. The taste is all that matters, let's be honest, when you're having something like this. And it's lovely. It is spot on. You've got big coffee. You've got that sweetness of like a honeycomb type butterscotch flavour sitting behind it. It works really well. It balances the bitterness of the coffee. And of course, you've got the roasted malt sitting behind that. I cannot fault it at all on the flavour front. It's getting the full point. And the final bit, the end, the finish, El Fin. It's got to be bitter, malty, and a bit of coffee as well. It's bitter, it's malty, and it's got the coffee on the back end. Can I fault it? Not really. That is, without a doubt, delicious. So we're going to give it the full point. Cannot fault the finish. So, Lola Coffee Porter from Nittenauer has got 4.75 out of 5 from me, which makes it my highest rated alcohol-free dark beer. Can it be beaten? I don't know. It's going to take something pretty exceptional. You know, huge flavours, beautiful flavours, wonderful aroma. You know, I love coffee. It's going to take some beating. So, there we are, ladies and gents, boys and girls. We're at the point in the video where I'm going to say, that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye.